episode of Random Things with BK. Today we're working on my producer Roger's lawnmower. His discharge door has come off, and while he was able to find the pin for it, he was not able to find the spring that goes back in here. And so we're going to do a DIY fix on this that will allow him to not have to buy a new discharge door setup and a spring and all that, because he doesn't really need it. And I want to say up front that this is not a Ryobi approved fix for this. This is a Random Things with BK fix for this. So if you're with Ryobi, please don't come after me. So the basic way this works is this door sits on here like this, and this pin slides through here like so, and it goes all the way through to there. And normally the spring puts tension on the pin and won't let it come out. Well, we need to solve for the fact that now it can come out, and so we're going to do a little DIY fix. So I'm going to pull this pin back out. On one side, I'm going to take this washer, which actually fits about perfectly on the top of this, and I'm just going to compress it down on there like that. And then I'm going to put a few little weld tacks on here to hold this onto our pin, which will keep it from sliding all the way through. All right, so we're going to do that first. Because we're just doing a quick tack and not doing like full welding, I'm not going to get the fab table and all that stuff out. What I am going to do is I'm just going to grab a piece of my scrap steel laying around and set it on my work table here, just so that I don't burn the table. And then we'll grab our helmet. All right, now for this, we're not welding really thick. This is not thick metal. So I'm going to turn the welder down, set my feet at about 3. Because again, it's not going to be under a lot of stress. We're just putting a quick tack on it. That way the washer doesn't pop off of the end of there. So now you can see that we put a small tack on there. Metal's still really hot from being heated up by the welder, so we'll put on a work glove, and then we'll test this first part of this. And I'm gonna get it in there, and see, it slides all the way in. So now it's in there. So the next thing that we're going to do is we need to make sure it can't slide back out like that. So we're going to add, and hold on, I need a screwdriver. I like to keep screwdrivers everywhere in my shop because they're just handy for a lot of things. So you'll see them all over the shop. Get that out a little bit where I can get behind it. Get my hand on it. Okay, so now that we got that, what we need to do is we need to cut a small notch on the top and the bottom of this so that we can use a little C-clip to hold this side. And we're going to do that with just my my little air tool saw here, and we're basically going to cut just a little notch in one part, and then we're going to do a little notch on the opposite side of it so that the C notch will fit in there. So to do that, I need to mark this in such a way that I'll know I'll have basically a top and a bottom, if that makes sense. So I'm going to grab my marker. Okay, so to get my marks where I want my C notch to be, I'm going to take and I'm going to put the C-clip on, and I'm going to make a little mark right there, and I'm going to go around to the back side on the bottom, and I'm going to do the same thing. So now I know I need to put a notch right here, and I need to put a notch right there. Okay, and again, this metal is going to get hot, so I'm going to put a glove on so that I can not burn my hand off. And I'm going to grab my air hose, and we'll put 2 small notches. Now when you're doing these notches, I would recommend going very slow and testing in between. There's no reason to get crazy with these notches because these C-clips are compression fitting, and you don't want the notch to be too deep, basically. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to set it on our table. We're going to get flat. I'm going to try to get as straight as possible. Alright, now we'll test the C-clip first. Okay, so I'm going to have to go to a smaller C-clip, which is fine. That's why I have this kit here. You can purchase these little C clips kits on Amazon, and it's really handy to buy a kit of them because you never know when you're doing a project like this, you know, like what size you're going to need. And so this allows me to play around with it until I get to the right size, because I have a really good selection. Also, if you have to replace one of these for like one that you're missing, having the selection is really good. Okay, so I think we found the right size because it should be tough to put on. And so we're going to try actually installing it on here. I do need to grab one tool real quick. Using a pair of needle nose pliers to put these C-clips on and take them off is really the best way to do it. So I'm going to grab some of those. I'll be right back. I'm going to slide my pin in, and we're going to work it all the way in. We're going to flip this up, and you can see our notches are past there. Now to get my C-clip on, it's going to be better if I spin this a little bit. It'll be easier to put it on. So I'm going to turn it to where my notches are up and down and not sideways. There we go. And now I'm going to take my little clip here, and I'm going to grab it right in that center, and then I'm going to push it on. Oh, didn't squeeze hard enough. And now it's on there and it's tight. So now, I don't know if you can see that, but see how it's on there? And if I take this screwdriver and I try to move this back, see, it can't come off. And in the future, if you want to be able to pull this off, you can just grab this C-clip right here, and it comes right off. And then now we can slide our pin out. I'm not going to do that because I've got it lined up. Here we go. Yep. And now our door can't come off. So that's a DIY fix for your lawnmower door. We did this on this Ryobi, but you could do that pretty much on any lawnmower door. If you're missing the spring, or if your spring broke and you just want to get it fixed, this is a good way to do it. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please like the video, or if you're just enjoying our content. Also, we need subscribers, so please subscribe. That will help us get to a point to where we can make even more content. Thank you and have a wonderful day.